Do you know how you're doing in your relationship? In other words, if you were to have a progress report using the letter grade system, what grade would you give your relationship overall? Not just at this point, but overall. Well, I want to have a little fun with you guys today. And we're going to talk about progress reports. We're going to give the relationship that you're in a letter grade. Now, fellas, I understand that you guys are probably entirely too masculine to have this conversation with your woman. But trust me when I say that you can benefit tremendously one way or another. If you don't want to go through the next year or two thinking that you are really in there and doing your thing, and you got this wonderful grade with the woman that's in your life, but you find out that your grade was not what you thought it was. Didn't realize that you were failing or could do better. And this could open up the dialogue and the conversation that could get you to the next level. And conversely, let's say you don't have a lot of confidence in your relationship right now, and you go and you talk to your mate and you actually find out you're doing a lot better than what you thought. And so this gives you the opportunity to continue to do what you've been doing and perhaps get a little better at what you've been doing for the sake of consistency. So either way, it's a win-win. All right. Now, I talk a lot about relationships because relationships, honestly, are a lot like your health. It's not about perfection. So y'all need to get that out of your head. It's mostly about progress and proper maintenance. Because in the right relationship, obviously, it's going to enhance your overall quality of life. It's going to enhance your outlook on life in general. It could help build your self-esteem, can help boost your self-confidence. The right relationship, it also has a direct effect on your physical, mental, emotional, psychological health, believe it or not. Spiritual health as well. All right, so let's have some fun. Remember, I'm only here to help. I don't want to stir up nothing between you and your mate. I just want you guys to kind of see where you are, where you stand, and where you might can make some improvements. So we're going to issue a progress report up to this point. We're going into the end of the year, and we need a progress report. All right, let's have some fun. Now, there are some rules that we need to make sure that we understand. There are some rules. Number one, if you are single and you want to play along in this game, if you're not married, then you're going to automatically take away a letter grade, and I'll explain that in a minute because that's a different kind of relationship for those of you who are single but in a relationship. Those of you who are married, the grade is what it is, okay? But you would have had to have been in your relationship at least 4 years. Over 3 years is the rule. That number is significant, as a matter of fact, because by now you guys should have some degree of understanding as to what to expect, what not to expect. So that 3, if that's the number of understanding, then I need you guys in your 4th year of your relationship at least. Now you could be 5 years or more, but at a minimum of into your 4th year. And again, if you're not married, then whatever letter grade you will give yourself, you have to minus 1 letter grade for those of you who are single, because marriage and dating that's just 2 different animals altogether. All right, you got it? All right, let's play. And I think those are all the rules. And if I think of another one, then I'll let you know. But at least in your 4th year, and if you're not married, then whatever grade you give yourself, it'll be minus 1 letter grade, and I'll explain how that works later. Yeah, that's right. So here we go. If you, and you're going to base this, I'm sorry, but you're going to base this on whatever your filters are, okay? So you know what you like, you know what you want. Just be honest about it. Everybody have different filters. So if it's working for you, then you grade it accordingly. Here we go. You give yourself an A only if you've been married for 5 years or more. And we're going to use the letter A to represent the word all. Your relationship, your marriage is all that you wanted it to be. That doesn't mean it's perfect, but it is all that you want it to be, and it's all that you expect it to be. And that you feel like you have, here's the letter A again, an advantage in life, largely due to your mate and your relationship. And also the next letter A is that your relationship is above average, still with the letter A. You're above average. You're above the status quo. You might even be above what you expected. Okay, so you give yourself an A if you qualify and you're married, then you definitely would get an A. And congratulations, by the way. And you guys should, those of you who could give yourselves an A, please get out and try to set a good example for others. That's important. You would give yourself a B if your relationship could be better. We're using the letter B. If your relationship could be better, but it's not bad, okay? And you still believe that you have met the person for you. So your relationship is not bad, but it could be better. And the last B is that it is better than any other relationship that you've probably been in. All right? And that's not bad. That's not bad. You guys keep trying. And the reason why you have a B is because you actually believe that you can get to that next tier, which is happily married and marriage of fulfillment and harmony and all those things. So you have to give yourself a B, even though you've been together for 5 years, 4 years at least. Here we go. You would get a C if you feel like you care about the feeling and the emotion that you have for your mate is more along the lines of you guys care about each other quite a bit. But as for the relationship, you really don't care that much if it continues or not. I mean, if it does, you're okay with that. If it doesn't, you're okay with that too. So you're very lukewarm about where you are in the relationship. That you give yourself a C. It's not a horrible situation, but you got a little ways to go. And after 4 years, I think you want to be a little more definite in terms of your belief about that relationship. But if you kind of couldn't care one way or the other, if you're kind of indifferent about the relationship going forward and the ability to continue on, you might want to have a conversation, letter C, about that. Your grade is a C. Your grade is a D if you doubt that your relationship is the right relationship for you. If you are doubtful, that's a D. If your relationship is in disrepair, okay, and if it is riddled, if you will, with drama. Did you know that drama is not normal for relationships? I mean, it may be normal in the relationships that you've been in, and those of people around you, and so it may feel normal, but it's not. So if you got a relationship that's filled with drama and doubt and despair, and it's in disarray, you give yourself a D. And if you continue in that relationship, then you are probably in denial of the truth. Letter D. We will pray for you. And of course, if you give yourself an F, obviously your relationship has already failed and you feel like a fool or foolish. Maybe you feel like you've been fooled, okay? And perhaps you should have followed your first mind, letter F, and you actually would prefer to be far away from this person that you're in a relationship with. And if you could, you would rather forget that you ever met this person. That's an F. That's not good. It's a very bad relationship. And, I don't expect that any of you guys would give yourself an F after being in a relationship for more than 3 years, because if you're still in a relationship and after 4 years or 5 years and your letter grade is an F or your progress report is an F, then you should probably expect to give yourself an F in that same relationship in the next 5 years. There's another F there. All right. So, how did you do? I'm pretty sure most of you who wanted to give yourselves an A, you did, based on just how well your relationship is going. But if you're not married, you have to subtract 1 letter grade, because right now you still believe that you have met the right one, the right person that you're going to make that ultimate commitment, the only commitment to, and you guys expect that you're going to live a long, healthy, prosperous life together. But that's still a belief because you haven't actually done it yet. That's why you can't give yourself an A. Thanks for playing along. Happy holidays. My name is Jay Jackson.